Hi everyone, welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Welcome to another week of creativity. I'm so excited to be able to share something new with you today. We are going to be playing with the new Stampin' Hot Foil System from Stampin' Up! I'm very excited about this one. I've been having a little play last week, and super fun, very addictive. Now, before we get started, I just realized I didn't put the voice enhancement on, so let me do that now because that also helps to block out background noise. So let's see if I can, oh no, not that one. Hang on, wrong button. I always forget which button it is. Is it, not that one, this one, okay. There we go. So sometimes when I turn that on, it goes a little bit bleep, like makes a bit of a funny noise. So apologies if you had your headphones in when that happened. Now I was ready to go live, and then I realized, oh my goodness, I forgot my brooch today. So I raced upstairs and grabbed a brooch. I had pulled some out this morning. So I'm just going to quickly pin that on, and I wanted to wear, hang on a sec. This one, I think the pin is a bit blunt. I wanted to wear my most sparkly brooch today. So I'll just put my little safety on the back there. There we go. So I'm wearing my beautiful bright pink, very sparkly flower brooch. I don't know if you can see all the sparkles there in the light, but it's very sparkly. It's it's probably one of my bigger ones too, very sparkly. So I thought I'd wear that one today because we're going to be playing with lots of sparkly things. So while everyone is finding their notifications that I've gone live, I'm going to bring this live feed up on my other devices. So let me just get that ready here. I was partially ready with that, but there we go. Okay, iPad is all good, and I'll just refresh my computer screen and we'll get it up over there as well. There we go. Okay, great. Everything all set up, ready to go. Fantastic. Ninka, hi, how are you? Great to have you here. Now, what time is it today where you are? Sometimes I know some of you, when you're watching, sometimes when some of you are watching from other places around the world, the time zones are a little bit crazy and it's all kinds of weird hours. And sometimes, because I've got so many different people watching from different places, I don't always remember where you're watching from. So sometimes you need to remind me. I've got a mind like a sieve. If I don't write things down, it's gone. So I think it's that time of, that phase of life where your memory retention is not the best. So, hey Helen, how are you? You're from Warrnambool. I've been to Warrnambool many years ago. Lovely little spot. Oh, so lovely to have you with us all the way from Warrnambool in Victoria. Thank you for joining us. Yes, I had family that used to live there. They don't live there now. They've moved out of area, but yeah, many years ago we went and visited there. So I think the kids were, oh gosh, I'm trying to think how long ago that was. So my youngest was, so it was probably about 20, how old was my youngest at the time? He would have been about 3 or 4, I think. And he's now 29. So yeah, about 25 years ago. A long time. I bet it's probably changed a lot in that time too. 8 in the morning for you, Ninka, from the Netherlands. Oh, there you go. Okay, so that's a reasonable time. That's good. Someone was watching last week and it was like 3 a.m. and I thought, oh, that's one of my mob. I'm often still awake at 3 a.m. I try not to be, but sometimes it just works out that way. So I am a bit of a night owl. Yeah. Oh, so lovely to have you all the way from the Netherlands. So how was everyone? What have you been doing? What have you been up to? Tell me something in the comments, something that you would like to share about what you've been doing the last few days. We obviously have just come out of the weekend here in Australia. Some parts of the world, they're still in their weekend because it's Monday. Well, actually, it's Monday afternoon. So the clock has probably ticked over to early hours of Monday for a lot of places. But yesterday we went to my great nephew's 5th birthday party. So that was really cute, and it was Mario Kart themed. And all the little kids were all dressed up in their favorite character costumes, not all from Mario, but different costumes. But yeah, it was really fun. And we got to spend a little bit of time with my great niece and my niece and her husband as well, and my great nephew. We got some great photos, and yeah, it was lovely just to have a little bit of family time, catch up with family, and lots of kids. But it was so cold. My goodness, the weather here has gotten so cold. So yes, we are in winter. We're into our 2nd month of winter now, and it always seems to be colder in July than it is in June. And the temperatures are certainly plummeting. Although today's a lovely sunny day. So in the sun, it's nice. In the shade, it's not very warm at all. So, hey, Rosemary, how are you? Great to have you here. Well, I'm going to share a few things with you too. Share a little bit with me in the comments about what you've been doing the last few days. And we'll keep chatting as I share some things with you. I'll grab my pile over here, 2 secs. Got my sharing pile, and then we're going to play. We're going to play with the new Stampin oh my goodness, I was going to say Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Yes, we're using that too. The Stampin' Hot Foil System. That's the one. It's so we are shortening it to an acronym. So it's SHFS, I think. So I've got to get my head around that and remember. But as I said, if I don't write things down, I need to put it on a sticky note and stick it up in front of me here in front of the camera so that I can remember. Ninka says she's getting ready for holidays this week. Oh, lovely. Yes. So today, getting the last errands and packing done. Oh, busy time. It's always lovely to go away, isn't it? But it's the getting there sometimes that is the stress, because trying to, prepare everything and pack everything, that's the hardest part, isn't it? And then when you get home, you've got to unpack it all again too. So, yeah. What do you all like at unpacking after a holiday? Are you like you leave it there in your suitcase for about a week or more and then unpack, or do you like to unpack straight away as soon as you get home? Let me know in the comments what you like to do. I always have great ideals of unpacking everything as soon as I get home. It doesn't usually happen though. I've often still got things lingering in the suitcase for probably about a week, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not very good at unpacking. I used to be, but now I have to, with my bad back, I have to pace myself in everything I do anyway. So I can't do too much of anything for too long, unless I'm sitting, of course. But so bending and unpacking and things like that, not great for my back. So it takes me a little bit of time. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So hey Leslie, how you going? Oh, you're catching up with your May alternatives for Paper Pumpkin today. Yay, that's great. Fantastic. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're still enjoying your Paper Pumpkin kits. That's awesome. Yes, so those of you who subscribe through me do get some exclusive alternatives from me for your Paper Pumpkin kits. And I give you a PDF tutorial, and then you have those to create with your kit as well if you choose to. So that's one of the perks. And as well as that, we have I'm probably going to talk about it in a minute. Anyway, we have our Paper Pumpkin party each month as well, where we get together and make our kits together. So that's lots of fun. Hey, Dimity, how you going? Great to have you here. Ninka says, wait, hang on a minute. Whoop. Oh, yes, so weird to you because, that I call July winter. Yes, because it's getting hot this week for you. Yeah, your second heat wave. Yes. So our seasons are direct opposites, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, when we're winter, you're summer. When we're spring, you're autumn. So I know it gets a bit confusing, doesn't it? As soon as you get home, you like to unpack. Yes, your goal is to have everything in the washing machine at the end of the day. Oh, good job. Well done. That is one thing I normally do. I do put the dirty washing straight into the dirty washing hamper and get that sorted. That's the first thing I always do, that, and I unpack my toiletries. They're the first two things I usually do when I get home, and my shoes, because I always need my shoes. So they're usually the first things I unpack when I get home. And then the other clothes that I'm not necessarily wearing all the time, then, yeah, sometimes they'll come out of the suitcase. If they're still clean and I haven't worn them, they'll come out as I need them. And then eventually I get around to unpacking because I get sick of my suitcase sitting there on the floor. It drives me nuts. And then I'm like, I've got to get this done. Oh, you're going to do your June kit at the end of the week, Leslie? Fantastic. Oh, you've got your granddaughters for the next couple of days. Lovely. Oh, that's so nice. If you see me looking over this way, it's because I'm actually reading the comments directly off of the computer. It's actually easier for me to read them from there than, so if you see me looking over there, sometimes you see me looking down, but they're a little bit blurrier for me because I don't have my glasses on. If I put my glasses on, I can read better. Hey, Brenton, how you going? Great to have you with us. How are things going with you? Hey, Julie. You like to unpack as soon as you get home and everything straight into the machine, into the washing machine, Leslie. Yes, good on you. Well done. Well done, all of you that unpack straight away as soon as you get back from a trip. That's awesome. All right. Well, let me share a few things with you that are coming up. First of all, so I've got quite a few things. So let me start sharing. Keep chatting in the comments as well. Feel free to keep doing that. So I have got a retired product sale coming up. So retired Stampin' Up products. I have got so much. I need to get rid of some to make some more room. All of my crates are chock-a-block full. I was trying to think of the term. Chock-a-block full. We actually can't fit any more in the crates. So, and I think I've got an overflow of ribbons even because the ribbons didn't all fit in the crate when we've just done a clear out of some of the more recent retired stuff. So I need to get rid of some. So I'm having an in-person retired product sale Saturday the 8th, and there's 2 sessions. So there's 10 a.m. till 12 and 2 till 4. Now, if you are interested in this, please message me and I will give you the details for that. Okay. Don't leave comments here in the Facebook Live chat because I often, the Facebook Live comments, because I often don't get notifications of those and I don't always see them. But send me a private message. You can do that through my business page, or if you've already got me as a friend on Facebook, you can message me privately through there. And I will give you the details for the sale. There's going to be stamps and dies and bundles, and everything is heavily reduced up to 70%. We've got embossing folders, we've got oodles and oodles of designer series paper, retired cardstocks, retired inks. What else have we got? Oh goodness, embellishments, ribbons, like all the things. But punches as well, so many punches. We can't fit any more punches in the crate, so we need to move some punches. So please feel free to let me know. Send me a message if you'll be interested to come Saturday the 8th of August. So it's a few weeks away. So I'm letting everybody know early so that they can block out a little bit of time, even if you've just got half an hour or an hour to come and have a little browse. Block out a little bit of time to come and do that and help me to de-stash some of my stuff because I need to make room. All right, so that's coming up. That's the first thing. Oh, you're getting ready for your surgery. That's right. I did read about that actually. Is that this week? You just come back from seeing your grandson. Ah, lovely. Other than that, you're great. Fantastic. What's the date of your surgery? Is it this week, Brenton, or is it next week? I did read, I don't know where I read that, somewhere that you had surgery coming up. So I hope that that all goes well for you, and that you get good results from that and that you recover well from that too. So I'll be thinking of you. But yeah, let me know the date. And feel free, if you don't want to put it here, feel free to private message me as well if you prefer to do that. All right. Also too, I've got my next class coming up, my August Cards and Cookies class, Saturday, the 1st of August from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. It's only a 2-hour class, this one. So this one is based around the Stampin' Up! Kits collection kits. So I've got a wide range of kits here in the studio. You get to come along, choose which kit you would like. You get the whole kit. Everything is all inclusive. The only thing you might need is a pair of scissors, and I've got scissors here. If you don't have scissors to bring, I've got some here. All your adhesives are included in the kit, your envelopes, everything is in the kit, including step-by-step instructions. But I'm here to help you and guide you and give you tips and tricks along the way, answer any questions and that sort of thing. So this one is already open for registrations. I will pop the link in the comments in a moment. And the RSVP is the 23rd of July. Just move that there. There we go. 23rd of July. So that is coming up pretty soon. So, but you've still got a little bit of time to register for that one. So this one's a really easy, laid-back class. Anyone can come, whether or not you've been crafting for years or if you've never made a card in your life. This class is for you. So it's really relaxing. The reason we call it Cards and Cookies is because we home bake cookies for you as well. So you've got something yummy to have with a cuppa while we craft, and it's just a really relaxed, fun class. So come on along. We'd love to have you. I'll pop the link in the comments. Actually, I'll do that right now before I forget. Let me do that right now. Let me grab the links. Hang on, I've got to look over here. Oops, not that one, not that one. Scroll. Here we go. All my links. I'm going to put all my links there. I've got, that goes through to my link tree. And on my link tree, which is basically an app thing that I use for all of my links, is all of my links for everything. So my classes, my events calendar, my shop and my join buttons are there too. There's a button there to go through to my blog if you want to have a look at some of my projects that I've been making and the instructions and the measurements and all those things. They're there. There's also a link to my YouTube channel, my Facebook channel as well, but most of you are here on Facebook, but some of you aren't. Some of you will be watching back on YouTube, and Pinterest and all the things. So you can go there and find all of the links, including that class that I just mentioned. All right. Oh, thanks, Julie. Yes, Helen, I am in Western Sydney. Sorry, I should have said that. So this retired sale will be in Western Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. So if you are local, yeah, feel free to come along. If you're not local and there's something specific that you're looking for, please feel free to send me a private message as well, because I've most likely got it. I've got a lot of stuff. I don't have everything, but I do have a lot of things. So if there's something specific that you're looking for, feel free to send me a private message as well, and I can check in my, I've actually got everything catalogued in a spreadsheet, so I can look it up on the spreadsheet, see if I've got it, and then I can do a double check if I know that I've got it. And then if it's on my spreadsheet, I always do a double check in my tubs to make sure I physically have still got it. So I do a double check. So that's happening. That's coming up. Thanks, Julie. Thanks for commenting on my behalf. Yes. So, because I missed that. All right. We've also got our July product of the month. This one is beautiful. Did you see my card last week? This is the Begonia Belle stamp set. So beautiful. It's a 2-step stamp set, distinctive stamp set. So you've got all the beautiful light and shade in the stamped image, beautiful leaves as well. There's a little bit of a texture as well, and great sentiments for lots of different occasions. In case you missed it. So this one is only $9. $9 for a stamp set when your order reaches $125. So only $9. That's amazing. So this is the card I made last week. I made a bit of a rustic card, went back to my roots, back to my rustic. I love rustic and vintage. I love distressing, projects with distressing on them. So I made this one. It's really hard to see on camera and in photographs, like all the detail, and you can see all the gold shimmering there in the light. I used some of the gilded wings, I think it's called, the butterflies. They're gorgeous. You can see one down here and one up here as well. I added those. Some gingham. This is the 2026 to 2028 in color gingham gallery, I think it's called, DSP. And yeah, just had lots of fun making that one. So if you haven't seen that one, this one's actually on my blog now. You can go to my blog and check that one out. All the details, instructions, measurements, and the video tutorial from last week is all there as well. So, and the video is also on my YouTube channel, of course, too. So that was the one I made last week with it. But it's such a beautiful stamp set. So definitely check that one out. And if you are placing large orders over $125, I definitely recommend adding in the product of the month, because, yeah, it's beautiful. And each of those products of the month are only available while supplies last. So just always remember that too, because if there's one you really love, grab it as soon as you can. Last month's sold out in under 2 weeks, because it was so popular. That was the one with the cute animals. You probably saw me make a little Highland cow card with a little Highland cow out of that one. Yeah, so just always keep that in mind, because they do sell out really quickly. All right. Now we were mentioning, hi, Rosemary, how are you? Lovely to have you here. We've got both Rosemarys here today. Yay. Fantastic. I was mentioning about Paper Pumpkin earlier, and I wanted to let you know that for August there is a special on Paper Pumpkin. So if you have never subscribed before, or you haven't subscribed in the last 18 months, now here in Australia our subscriptions only started in April, but in North America they've had Paper Pumpkin for many years. But if you haven't been a subscriber in the last 18 months, and this is your first time subscribing, you can get 25% off your first Paper Pumpkin kit, which is the August kit. I'm going to show you a little sneaky peek of that one in a minute. Well, you can see a little image there. But yeah, 25% off your first kit, and that is for the pay-as-you-go subscription. So that's the month-by-month one, not the pay in advance ones, not the 3, 6, 12 month one. That's the pay in advance one, but it's the pay-as-you-go one. So if you do the month-to-month subscription, 25% off your first kit. How awesome is that? That's so cool. So this is going to be the August kit. Now to get that one, you do need to subscribe up between now and the 10th of August. Okay, if you subscribe after the 10th of August, you'll miss out on the August kit and you'll get the September kit. Okay, so you have to do it before the 10th of August. And this is a little sneaky peek of the August kit. Look at these beautiful overlays. These are gorgeous. They've got an ombre effect as well. And I believe on the other side, they're completely white. So if you don't like this ombre effect, you can turn it over and use the white side. So that's just one of the cards that you're seeing a little sneaky peek of, but there's 3 designs in the kit. You get all instructions and everything. If it's your first Paper Pumpkin kit, if you're a new subscriber, you'll get a little a D block that you get to use. You get to keep that and use that for all of your stamping, and you get everything in the kit that you need. They always have they usually have inks, an ink spot, yeah, like a little ink spot, like, let me see if I've got, oh, the lid came off that one. Hang on a minute. Like that. You get a little ink spot. You get a block just in your first one. Then you'll get your stamp set. You'll get instructions, and you'll get all of the other bits and pieces to do twine in some of them, and all of your bits and pieces to make your projects, and your adhesives too, which is awesome. They're great value, and the kits are fantastic. They're beautiful. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, if you do decide to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, every 3 months there is an add-on, and these coordinate with the next 3 kits. So this is the die set that is available currently, and this is coordinating with the July, August and September kit. So you've got a stitched circle, which you probably can't see too easily. Oh, look, if I hold it up real close, I think you can see the detail there. There's some flowers, and then you've got the leaf as well. And so, of course, you can use them for lots of other projects as well, not just Paper Pumpkin. So that one's available at the moment, but only for Paper Pumpkin subscribers. It's one of the perks of being a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. We get these additional things, so that's pretty cool. And then if you subscribe with me through my online store, you'll then get an invitation to come along to my Paper Pumpkin party. So we gather together once a month on Zoom and make our kits together, and then I show you some alternative projects that I've designed, and then I send you the PDF tutorial and also a video of the Zoom together in case you weren't able to make it, or if you want to go back and look at it. I give you lots of tips and tricks along the way about your kits as well, and lots of support with your Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. So our next one is, so the Paper Pumpkin parties are last Tuesday, that's it. Last Tuesday, sorry, it does say it on there, but I'm trying to read it back to front. The last Tuesday of every month from 7 p.m. We usually go for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. But yes, you have to subscribe by the 10th of each month to get that month's kit and to be eligible to come to that month's Paper Pumpkin party. But it's a fun thing that I offer for my subscribers. So, yeah. Now, the other thing I wanted to let you know is, you probably heard me talk about this last week, but Stampin' Up! Has got a new join experience. So it's a new procedure of the way that you join. There may be something special that also comes from Stampin' Up!, a little surprise that is included as well. And it's a much easier, simplified way of joining up. So if you would like more information about that, please feel free to let me know. Basically, what you do is you now pay a join fee. There's not a starter kit as such anymore. So you pay a join fee. In Australia, it's 175 Australian dollars. Stampin' Up! Will then they'll email you a $240 coupon code. So that's $65 worth of freebies. You then can start shopping. They'll send you also instructions of logging in and things like that. And of course, I'm here to help you as well. If you're joining with me, I'm here to help you and support you, and I can step you through every step of the way. If you need that support, I'm happy to do that. And then you start ordering as a demonstrator, basically, and you can apply that $240 coupon code to your order. And you can choose whatever you want. Now, the great thing is you can go over that $240 if you want to, and you just pay the difference. Whereas previously, when we had the old joining system, you could only go to a certain amount and you couldn't go over it, and you had to be within $5 under that amount, within $5 and up to that amount. Now you can shop however much you like, and you apply that $240 coupon code. And then you just pay the difference. And the difference, if it's over $35 here in Australia, you get Stampin' Rewards on that if the additional amount is over $35. The additional also counts to any quarterly minimums and things like that if you want to stay on. That's something more I can give you more information about that if you want to know more about that. But yeah, it's really great. It's really awesome. So if you would like more information about that, feel free to let me know. The links that I popped in the comments, there is also a link there to my joining page, which gives you more information. So if you click on that join link, it doesn't join you up instantaneously, so don't worry about that. There's actually a step-by-step procedure you've got to go through. But that first page will give you the information. And then if you like what you see and you would like to join, then you can go through the process. And it's very easy. You just basically log in. You put in some personal details, you make your payment, that's it. And then Stampin' Up will send you an email with the next steps of how to place your order. And yeah, and I will contact you and let you know that I'm here for you as well. Anyway, I'm very excited. And also too, something else, this might come with it too. But I'm not going to tell you too much about this because it's a little bit of a surprise and delight, so I don't want to spoil the surprise for you. So, but it's only for new joiners. So if you have not been a demonstrator since the 1st of July, you'll be eligible for the welcome box. But if you were a demonstrator since the 1st of July and you drop and then you return, you're not eligible for the welcome box, unfortunately. It's only for first-time joiners. So, or if you haven't been a demonstrator since the 1st of July. So that's all the newsy news. Are we ready to play? Who's ready? Let me have a sip of my chai. I've got some real chai today, not chai latte. This is actually real chai. And it's still really hot. I thought it would have cooled down by now. I should have sipped that more carefully. Oh, burnt my tongue, I think. I'll survive. Okay. All right. Put your hand up. Let me know in the comments if you have already seen or if you have already purchased. Let me say if you've already purchased the Stampin' Hot Foil machine. Who's got one? Has anyone got one yet? Everyone can get these now. We have been having to keep this secret since on stage back in March. We had a sneaky peek and a demonstration in March, but we weren't allowed to tell anyone. We had to keep it a secret. We couldn't even tell our team members. We could only, we couldn't tell anyone until we got the okay from Stampin' Up. So we were sworn to secrecy. And then we're able to tell, after a little while, we're able to tell our team members. And then, but we still weren't allowed to tell customers until last week when it launched. So very, very exciting. So I've been having a play. Now it is a bit of a learning curve. So it comes with full instructions. Actually, yeah, I've got it here. Comes with full instructions. So it's very straightforward. But I think with anything new, when you're using a new technique, there is still a little bit of a learning curve. So I've just been playing and I've been experimenting. I've been experimenting with a few different things as well, but I haven't yet experimented with vellum, and I was thinking maybe we could do that today and see how that goes. Haven't used it yet. I've seen others use it with particular dies. I'm not sure how it will go with mine. I'm not sure how it goes because some of the dies, some of the hot foil dies are more solid and some of them have less detail on them. So I'm not sure. So, but we'll test it and see. We'll see how we go. All right. No, Julie hasn't got one yet. Okay. Who else watching has got one or ordered one? Let me know in the comments, or if you haven't, and if you're interested. Anyway, I will show you. I did warm that up. Oh, it's cooled back down. I did have that warming up a little bit before, so it wouldn't take as long to warm back up for us, because it does take a little bit of time to warm up. But anyway, I'll tip the camera down. I'll tell you about it as we go along, and we can heat it up as I'm chatting. So I'm going to turn my lights down. I'll turn my camera down too. All right, so bear with me and I'll just set this camera up. Here we go. Oh, do you know what I didn't do? 2 secs. I've got to go grab my candles to weight down my stand. Otherwise, my phone... Oh, I put the heat pack, the charger pack on there. Otherwise, my phone is going to go topsy-turvy. Oops, hang on a minute. I've got to move a few things here. Sorry. Bit noisy while I just readjust things. Had that set up so nicely over there. Never mind. Okay, I'll just rejig things a little bit. Tighten everything up. Alrighty. Get this straight. Okay, let's do a flippity flip. There we go. You can see my floral leggings I've got on today. These are my super comfy pants. There we go. All right. Move this over. Now, we're going to need to be zoomed out a little bit today. Hang on a sec. I just got to grab my, where is it? My little mini spirit level. Pop that on the top and see if I've got, oh, I'm not even straight. Hang on, let's get that straight. Get this a bit straighter for you because otherwise you'll be seeing everything wonky badonkus. There we go. All right. Yes, we'll need to probably be a little bit more zoomed out today so that we can fit everything on here, and I might even have to cover up my shop with me sign, but you all know where my blog is. Look, let me point it out to you now because I probably have it covered up most of the session. So if you're looking for these products and you would like to shop with me, you can either shop via my blog, which is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. And remember I said too that I've got some other creative inspiration there on my blog too. So go there and check that out. Or you can go via my Stampin' Up website, which is mandywitherby.stampinup.net. You'll find all of my links on both of those. So my shop, my join, there's creative inspiration on both. Yeah, the full details and instructions for my projects, however, are on my blog. Okay, but you'll see the photos and the shopping links on this one, or you can get that on both actually. All right, so hot foil system. So this is the Stampin' Hot Foil System. Now, the cool thing about this one is this is a brand new model. Stampin' Up are the first ones to release this model. So that is really cool. This is, it's got updated technology built into this one. It's more user-friendly apparently. I haven't used another one. I haven't used any other one. I did buy one many years ago, just before I got into Stampin' Up actually, but then because I became Stampin' Up centered, I never used the old one that I had, but it was very different to this anyway. It wasn't like a platform like this. It was more like a machine that you fed your foil bits through. But anyway, it's still sitting in the cupboard, never used it, but this one is super easy to use. And I love that you've got the platform. Now, it has a little grid. It's warm, but it's not hot at the moment because it's been unplugged for a little while, so it's cooled down. But I'll just show you a few features of the machine. So it's got this silicone mat here on the top that's built into the machine, and it does have measurements. You've got centimeters across here, and then inches across here and here. You've got your on-off button, but as soon as you plug it in, it comes with a power pack. So the power pack is, it's got like the big, I'll just see if I can show you. It's got like the big adapter thingy, okay? And then I'll just pop that up here out of the way. And then it's got this extra cord that plugs into it, because this part is universal for everywhere. but the adapter part is different in the different countries. So I'll just move my elastic band. So depending on your country, you will get the correct adapter for your country, okay? And then you just plug in the little power. This is a little magnetic power point, I guess you call it, and you just plug that in to there. And then this plugs into the side of your machine, and it's magnetic. So hang on a sec. I just want to move this so that that cord stays up there a little bit. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just whack this elastic band on that to keep that a bit tidier. All right, so I'm going to heat this up while I'm talking about the machine. Actually, before I do that, I'll turn it over and I'll show you. So this is the back part of the machine, okay? You have a silicone mat that comes with the base, and that just protects your work surface or your desk. Okay, so always make sure that you operate, because it does get quite hot. So make sure you always have it sitting on that to protect your surface. Okay, now I'll plug it in. So it's a magnetic plug, and it just simply attaches to the side. You'll see there's a little thingy there, and it just clips in. Just clips in, and then when it clips in, the white light, the power button, will light up and the red will start flashing. Now the red is telling you that it's heating up, and then once that becomes hot, it takes about 5 to 6 minutes to heat up. I'm just going to move it over to the side for a minute. And then when that heats up, that red light will go solid. Okay, so I'll show you when we get to that point, but meanwhile, I'll let that heat up and I'll show you the other bits and pieces. So it comes with the instructions, as I said. It comes with 2 plates. So this one is called the hot foil shim, and it tells you on here. And that's part of the sandwich that you'll make up to run through. Oh, I've got something on there. To run through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now that's an important thing too. This machine Stampin' Up has only tested this with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, okay? The Stampin' Up Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. They have not tested any of these products with any other machine. So to keep it under warranty, it's only use it with Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, okay? It's not, if you use it with any other type of machine, you will void the warranty. All right. And the other thing I wanted to let you know is the old Big Shot machine that Stampin' Up used to sell, the one that's now retired, the one that we originally all bought many, many years ago before the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine came out, this does not fit in it. The mouth of the Big Shot is narrower. So this physically does not fit through it. I actually tried to see if it, I didn't run it through it, obviously, because it wouldn't fit anyway, but I just wanted to see the measurement, and it actually does not fit. All right. So if you've got a Big Shot, this won't work. Okay. So just note those couple of things. That's really important. All right. So you get the shim, you get the hot foil spacer. Okay, you get the silicone mat to put your dies on when they come off the machine when they're hot. You pop them onto this one so you don't, again, burn your desk. And this one, this little handle, this is a little magnetic, it's got a magnet in here, and you use that to pick up your dies to then put onto your mat so that you don't need to handle them. And this is a release button. I'll show you how to use that when we get to it. Okay, so that is that. Then our full sheet of instructions. Okay, it shows you what's in the pack, how to use everything, etc. All right, so that's the machine itself. Now, to operate the machine, they're the things that you need. But of course, when you're foiling, you're going to need something to do the foiling. So we have foil. This is the special foil to use with the hot foil machine or the hot foil system. At the moment, Stampin' Up has just released 3 colours. So we've got silver, gold and light pink. They will be releasing some more colours, but at this stage they've just started off with the 3. Okay, I've used gold more than anything, and I haven't even touched the silver yet, but I'll show you. You get 2 rolls in here, and you get, I think there's 4 meters. So it's, yeah, 4.6 meters on each roll, and it's 12.7 meters wide. But this is the pink. It's really pretty. It's light pink. So it's really pretty. And with your foil, it's got the color on one side and it's just silver on the other. Okay. And there's 2 rolls in each. Now be careful with this. Store it in your box or store it somewhere safe where it's not going to get scratched, because if it gets scratched, that's going to affect your finished foiled project. Okay, this is the gold, and then this is the silver. Okay, so they're the 3 colours that we have at the moment to play with. All right. Then, of course, we need some dies to work with this. Now, the hot foil system has special dies that work with them. Your ordinary cutting dies that you use in your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, they don't foil, okay? They're a different type of die. These ones are especially made. Now, I've put mine in the cases back to front, okay? So I've done that. They don't come like that. I've put them in back to front because I like to see my die. I do this with all of my dies. I always take everything out and I flip it over because I like to see my dies through the packet, and I don't reference this as much. And normally what I do, which I haven't done with these yet, is I put a sticker. I use my Dymo machine and I make a label to put on this side here so I can see what it's called. But anyway, but this is one of the dies. This is the one we're going to be playing with first today. And they have a different finish to them than your cutting dies, and they're not sharp like your cutting dies. They have a more flat surface to them. So yeah, and they have a different, they're made of a different material. Like they're not as shiny as your ordinary cutting dies, okay? So they are quite a bit different to your normal dies. So this is the Garden Silhouette Hot Foil dies, and this is one big die, that one. Okay, then we've got, I love this one. So this one is the Butterfly Flight Hot Foil dies. Now this one has got the hot foil dies, and it's got die cutting dies as well. So when you see the image, oh, that just beeped. Did you hear that? That just beeped, and the red light is now on. So now it's ready to heat up our first die, but I'll keep telling you quickly about these first. So we've got anything that is a hot foil die is in the gold, and anything that is a normal die is in the black. Okay, so this one's a combo. So you'll see here when you see the packet, you've got your foiling dies, and then you've got your die cutting dies. So this one, you do your hot foiling first, and then you do your die cutting, and then you've got extra little elements in here to die cut as well. But wait, there's more that goes with this one. We also have some Butterfly Flight decorative masks, and you can actually use these to colour your butterflies before you die cut them. So you foil them, then you colour them, then you die cut them. So this one comes together as a whole bundle, or you can purchase it as a whole bundle. You don't have to get the decorative masks with it if you don't want to, I don't think. I think they're part of the bundle if you get the bundle. Oh, now I can't get them back in the packet. That's okay. I'll leave them out because I'll probably show you those later anyway. All right, so that's the Butterfly Flight. Then we've got some word dies or some greeting dies. These are the classic greetings, hot foil dies, and we've got happy birthday, get well, thank you, thinking of you, and celebrate. So they are the foiling dies, and then you've got the die cutting dies to die cut them out, and they're actually on 2 separate sheets in here. Oops, I've taken photocopies of both so that I know how they went back in. So these are your foiling dies, and then these are your die cutting dies. Okay. So they come together in the packet. All right, so that's a single purchase, like a single item. Okay. And then we've got this one, which comes as a bundle. So we've got a stamp set that coordinates. So this is, you can purchase this stamp set as a standalone stamp set if you want to. But it's beautiful, and the stamps are larger than what you see on the cover. But they are very beautiful stamps, but it has coordinating foiling and die cutting dies as well. So you've got beautiful frames here, and you've got some extra little elements. There's another little frame here, and then you've got the die cutting. So these are the die cutting ones, or actually it's a combo. These are die cutting ones. These ones here are foiling dies. This is a foiling die. This one is a die cutting die, and these little ones in here are foiling dies. And then you've got another sheet as well that are all the foiling pieces as well. I photocopy all of my dies so that I make sure that they all go back onto the sheets, and to make sure I know how they go back onto the sheets. So these ones are all foiling dies, okay? And then these ones are your die cutting ones, and this one is a die cutting one, and all the others are foiling dies. All right, so you can use these dies just on their own as well if you want to. Or you can use them in collaboration with the coordinating foiling dies, and then they have the stamp set that coordinates as well. So you can get that all as a bundle, or you can, yeah, get one or the other, or whatever you like. All right. So our machine is hot. So how about we do some foiling? In fact, I just don't want to overheat that, so I'm just going to turn that back. Hang on a minute. Wrong one. I'll unplug that just for a sec, because I need to cut our cardstock first. So I'm just going to move all of this out of the way for a sec. All right, I'm going to bring all of this over. This, not this one, this one is the one we're going to be making today, but we're going to do it in a different color. So this is the one I made the other day. Look at that gold. Isn't that beautiful? So, so pretty. But we're going to do it in a different color today. Okay, so we're going to do it in the Pretty Peacock with the Lost Lagoon, and then I was deciding whether or not I would use vanilla, white, or basic beige. I thought might also go. It's kind of greeny for the label. So that's what, and I've got vellum out as well so that we could have a little play with that too, if we get time. Hopefully we will. So yeah, so what do you think? Do you like that? Isn't that beautiful? So that's what we're going to be creating, and then these, oh, well, I'll show you these afterwards. We'll do the card first. These are some of the other bits I've been playing with. So I'll show you those after. All right, so I'll just put this, where am I going to put this? Over here. All right, let's cut some cardstock. Make our card. I want to do a card front piece of this one, because this is the one we'll do the large foiling on. In fact, I'm going to cut this down to the right size that I want it now. So I want 10.1 by 14.45. There we go. And that's the piece that I want to use. I'll get rid of these ones. And then for our base, oh, actually, I'll cut this one too. I want this for the sentiment. So just cut that in half, and then half again. And we might do a few sentiments at once. Oh, actually, maybe I'll just do the one that I want. So let's see, how much do we need? If we do about 6.5 by 9, 6.5 by 9 will do. Let's go 6.5 this way by 9. Okay, that's for our sentiment. And now for the card base, just trying to think which colour card base do we want. Do we want a basic beige? Basic beige I think would be nice. Or do we want vanilla? Oh, good question, Amber. Can you trim cardstock after foiling or does it need to be trimmed first? That's a really good question. It can be trimmed after the foiling. I'm just doing it beforehand to just save a bit of time. That's all. But yes, great question. Or do we want to do it on white? I think I like it on the basic beige. Let's get a base of basic beige. Oh, it's definitely on your wish list, Leslie. Fantastic. Great. Oh, hey, Jackie. How you going? Lovely to have you with us, Jackie. All right. So I'm going to grab a, we'll keep this one out for the label, but then I'll also grab out another piece for the base. Yes, for the base. And just close my blinds while I'm up too because it's getting dark. All right, so let's cut this at 14.85, which is half a sheet, and then I'm going to score that at 10.5. And that will be our card base. There we go. I'll just grab my bone folder. Alrighty. Oh, now for the label, I'll cut a piece down for the label as well. How much did I need for that? So I'll do 6.5 by 8.5. 6.5 by 8.5. So we want this way, 6.5 by 8.5. I wonder if I had the measurements written down on the back. Oh, no, I didn't. So I was just thinking I'm working this out as I'm going, but then I couldn't remember if I'd already written them down or not. But no. All right. Okay, so there we go. So that's all our pieces ready to go. We will need to cut our foil actually too. So let's bring our machine back over. We'll plug that back in to heat back up. Okay. Beep. It's just going to flash that red light again for a moment till that heats up. And while that is heating up, we will cut our, I'll just pop that over there for a minute to heat up. We'll cut our foil. All right, so we're going to be foiling on this large piece first. And it's going to be like magic. It's so exciting. Hey, Navon, how are you? So we're going to be using our gold foil that I showed you before. Oh, so happy to be here. Jackie, that's awesome. Carving season on the other farm now. Oh, wow. So excited to see you doing the foiling. Yes, I'm very new at this, Jackie. So it is still, I'm still in the learning phase, but we are getting there. We are getting there. All right, so I'm going to measure this at, what did we have this one at? Wait on, let me just check. I forget now, 14.45. All right, so I'll measure this one at I might go 14.6, so just a little bit bigger. And I like to cut my foil on my trimmer just because I don't cut straight otherwise. So I'm terrible cutting with scissors. So there we go. If you want to, you can trim off the excess on the sides as well, but you don't really have to. It is nice to have a little bit of overhang. So I might go to like 11, and I'll just trim that there as well. Just to have a little bit to play with. Is that straight? There we go. All right, so that is ready. Now, don't throw out any of your extra pieces. I'm actually storing all of my leftover pieces of foil in this stamped case. These are still available. They come in a 4-pack. And I'm storing all of my little pieces in here. I've got little offcuts. I've got my negative pieces. I've seen lots of demonstrators doing lots of fantastic things with the negative pieces. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I haven't done anything with the negative pieces yet. I haven't had much time really to play with this. This is only my 3rd play, I think, with this. Yes, but don't throw them out. Now, there's lots of different things you can do with these, and we'll go into that in further detail maybe later or on another day. But, yeah, definitely don't chuck out all those extra bits. Because they will not go to waste. All right, let's get everything set back up over here. Oh, that's my card that we're making today. So I've got everything ready. Now I'm going to lay these down just in the order that they go in. Now remember, you will need your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for this, to use with this machine. That. Now, the other thing is too, oh, it beeped. Stampin' Up does say that you will get a better result using two-tone cardstock because it's smoother cardstock. Whereas this is our standard cardstock, and it's called milled cardstock. It's to do with the process of how they create it, and it's dyed all the way through. But the two-tone cardstock is actually smoother. So we can do a comparison if you'd like to. I did that already on this one, and I didn't really notice a huge amount of difference in the texture, just a little bit. This one I think was a two-tone. But this one that I'm using is a normal milled. So we'll see how it goes with the normal milled today, and then we can do a comparison. We'll do the two-tone as well. All right, so we'll take the die off. We're going to pop the die on. Hang on, let me move this over so you can see. We're going to pop the die on the hot foil system. That's very hot on the surface, so be careful. And then we're going to press this button again. This is our timer button. And now the yellow light is flashing, okay? While that yellow light is flashing, can you see that there, okay? I'll tell you a few other things. So I also have been using my ceramic tip reverse grip tweezers. These come with the Heat Embossing Essentials, what is it called? Additions kit, the one that has the embossing tray. But I find these have been a really good addition because one, they don't, the heat doesn't transfer up the handle. But also too, if you need an additional grip, especially for your foil and things like that, I found that these are really good. So if you've got a pair of reverse grip tweezers, they're great. These ones are even more great because they have the ceramic tip at the top, so the heat doesn't transfer. All right, so we've got all that ready to go. I've got everything ready to go. We're just waiting for these dies, they take about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes to heat up. Okay, so once they are hot, then we can start laying on our different pieces. Now I've cut, there we go. So we've got the green light, so we are ready to go. So the first thing that's going to go on there is the foil. Now I've cut the foil a bit smaller than the die because of the size of the cardstock. So, but it doesn't really matter. So let's just pop this on. There we go. Oops, I better make sure that I have that in the right spot. Oh no, now I'm moving it. Hopefully I don't wreck it. Then we're going to put our cardstock over the top of that. Okay. Then our shim goes on. Then our hot foil spacer goes on. Okay, once you get all those on, then we're going to move that. We're going to, oh no, that's right. We let that, no, that's right. I'm just thinking, wait, which step am I up to? Then we take this, we unplug that. We leave all of that together. We bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Now I'm going to have to put this at a bit of an angle, and we're going to take this whole thing. Now this isn't too hot for me to handle like this, okay? So I'm just holding my thumbs there to keep the plate in place, and this whole thing is going to go into the machine. Now I'm holding it here. I'll just turn it a little bit of an angle so you can see. That's not burning me, okay? That's not too hot. Now the tip is when you're taking this through the machine is to go very slowly. Okay. Very slowly, because we want to get as much contact with that foil and the plate through the rollers. So very slowly through, there we go, and you'll feel it come out the other end. Okay, now this isn't too hot for me to handle, okay? I can pick that up, I'm not burning myself. But please do take care. And then now I moved my plates a little bit, so hopefully I didn't muck it up. But we'll see how we go. All right, so I've got my silicone sheet here ready to put the die on. Oh, look at that. So pretty. All right, and then we're going to use the picker-upper to move this. Now, this is a really large die, so, and you can release it by, oh, well, this one drops anyway. Oh, there you go, look. This one's a heavy one, but you can release it by pushing the button. Because this one's quite large, sometimes the magnet doesn't want to hold it, but if you just slide it off, that's the best way. And then you can just press your release button, or you can tilt it. Depends on the die. Some of the smaller ones, you've got to press the button because they don't release just by tilting it like that. It depends on the size of your die. All right, so we'll move that over. Are you ready for the big reveal? So we'll take this off here. Now, if you get a little bit of overfoiling on your plate like this, don't panic, don't worry about it. It doesn't transfer onto your other projects. It doesn't affect your plate or how it works or anything like that. Sorry, this is your shim. Yeah, don't panic about that. That's okay, all right? Most people that use this machine have got overfoiling on their plates, all right? And it doesn't affect anything, so don't worry about it. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for the big reveal? Here we go. Ah, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that stunning? So, so pretty. Oh, thanks, Jackie. Thank you for the vote of confidence. There you go. So this one has been done, as I said, on the normal milled cardstock. Now, what you probably can't see, but I can see in person, is there's a tiny little bit of overfoiling, just a little bit on some of the detail, but you probably can't see it. Like, it's not as crisp. And if you like a little bit more of a distressed look, great, use normal cardstock. You don't have to have the two-tone cardstock. Look, I think that looks beautiful, and I don't think you will even tell on camera that it looks any different. But let's grab, and then you've got this big piece. Look at this beautiful big piece of foiled. Now we're hoping, this is the negative piece, right? We are hoping that Stampin' Up! Will bring, we don't know this for sure, but we are hoping, and we've been asking that they bring in a solid plate that we can then run this back through to be able to then use that piece on another card so that we can use the negative piece. We don't know yet if that is something that is coming, that they're bringing out. They are going to be bringing out some more products, but it's something that we've been asking for so that we can use that on another piece. I have seen people use this just by adhering it with the adhesive sheets onto cardstock. That looks really great as well. I haven't tried it yet because I'm worried that I was never good with doing contact on books, so I'm worried I'm going to get too many crinkles and things. So I'm just hanging on to mine for the moment. You'll see how we go. Oh, that's so good, Navon. I'm so glad that you're excited to see this. That's awesome. All right, shall we do a comparison with two-tone cardstock? Do you want to see the comparison? Let's grab the same colour in two-tone. Oh, I hope I have some. Oh, yeah, I do. I actually do have a brand new unopened packet of Pretty Peacock two-tone cardstock. So let's, okay, that's cool enough to touch now. I was just thinking, oh, I don't want to put this down on there if it's going to melt it. So with your foiling plates, you can clean them just with a soft, clean cloth. You don't want to use anything that's going to scratch them or, you know, potentially damage them. But they, like, I've only used mine a few times so far, but I haven't really had to clean them yet. But yeah, just a soft cloth, maybe even like a microfiber cloth or something like that to get into the detail of your plates. There we go. But they shouldn't need cleaning too often. All right, so let's cut a piece of this one. We'll cut it the same size. So two-tone cardstock, if you've never seen it before, it comes in 12 by 12 sheets. It's in every colour of the Stampin' Up! Colour range. And you've got the true colour on one side, and then you've got a lighter tone of that colour on the opposite side. So that's why it's called two-tone. It is a little bit lighter weight than the standard cardstock, but you can actually see the different, oh, that's not a good comparison because the foiling actually does do a little bit of an impression through the cardstock. And let me see if I've got another piece. Here we go. Here's a piece that hasn't been used yet. You can sort of see the comparison. The colours are a little bit different, but you can see the texture is a little bit different. And again, I don't know if the camera is going to pick that up. This has got sort of, it does look a little bit more fibrous in the cardstock, whereas this looks more smooth. This is a dyed, so this one is dyed all the way through. This one, the two-tone cardstock, has a white core. So it's basically had the colour printed on the front and back rather than being dyed all the way through and then milled. I've actually seen how they make this. They colour all the pulp and then they make it into paper. Yeah, whereas this one I think is more printed. I think that's how they do that one. I could be wrong, but all right, so let's just cut this. I'm just going to cut this in half to begin with. And then I'll cut it 10.1 and then our 14.45. Oh, I need to be heating back up our machine, otherwise we'll be, hang on, let me plug that back in. Otherwise we'll be waiting. So if it cools down, it takes about 5 to 6 minutes to heat back up. Did I cut that straight? Now I don't even know if I've cut that straight because I was rushing. Is that straight? Oh, yeah. I was thinking, wait, what did I just do? Oh, yeah, that's okay. Good. All right. So we'll give this one a go and I'll show you the comparison. You probably won't even be able to tell. In person, you can only tell if you know what you're looking for, but ultimately, you can't really tell. With this particular die anyway, maybe with some of the other dies, you might get a different finish, but with this particular die, there's not a whole heap of difference, just a tiny little bit of difference, but not really much at all. All right. While we're doing the comparison, I'm actually going to use that one that we made on the card today. I didn't get the ribbon out though. I'm just trying to think, do I still have any of that ribbon or did I use it all up the other day? I can't remember now. Let me see. Oh yeah, I've still got some. There we go. So what I'll do while we're waiting for that to heat up. Oh wait, we've got to cut our foil. Wait, let's do that step first. Hang on, that can wait. I was going to jump ahead while we're waiting. All right, let's cut our gold foil again. We'll do the same color again, just so our comparisons are like same. I'll cut the foil. Show you again how I do that. I just like to use my trimmer and I like to feed it in this way with the silver up. It is a little bit curly, but this is the side you don't want to get scratched because if you scratch that side, then it's going to affect, it could affect, this one's actually got a little bit of a scratch just there actually. It could affect the finish that you get. There we go. Now I know that some of you have been foiling, have foiled before. Some of you have probably foiled before. Some of you, this is probably new to you. So yeah, everyone is at different stages and have tried different things. So my experience and how I do it might be a bit different if you've been foiling for a long time, because you've probably had more experience than me. But that's okay. I'm still learning. I've still got my L plates on. All right, so we get all of our things all ready, like I had before, in the order that they're going to go on. So that one's going on last. That one's going on next. And then it's going to be the cardstock and the foil and the die, which I'm not going to put on top of that foil because I don't want to scratch it. All right, so while we're waiting, let me wrap my ribbon around this piece and I'm going to tie a bow. I don't remember how much ribbon I had, but we'll just wing it and I'll tie a bow. Oh, it's ready to accept the die now. It's heated up enough for the die, so we'll pop the die on there. And we'll hit the timer button again and the yellow button will now flash. And that tells us that it's heating up the die. All right, so for this card here, oh, sorry, you probably can't see because I'm... Let me start that again. There we go, we're up to here. All right, so wrapping the ribbon around the card. I need to leave enough room to make a bow. It's not going to be quite enough. A little bit for a bow. There we go. Oh, good. Yeah, Jackie said looks absolutely beautiful. Julie said the negative piece would still look nice backed onto a piece of cardstock. Yes, I've seen people do that with using the adhesive sheets. I just haven't tried that yet. But yes, I probably will try that at some point, but I'm not going to try that on camera because I might muck it up. So, oh, this one, This one I actually didn't do a bow. I just did a knot. I just realised I've just done a bow. Let me take that back out. Okay, so it's ready for the other things. Hang on, I'll come back to the ribbon. That's taking me longer than I expected to tie that ribbon. All right, so now we want to put the foil down. So foil is going, wait, yes, that's right. I was thinking, wait, which way am I putting my foil down again? It's going down this way. As I said, I've only played with this a few times, so I'm still learning. As the foil goes down, you'll see it sort of start to melt into the card. Now, with two-tone, make sure you're using the correct side. I want the dark side, so put the dark side down onto the foil, and I've got to make sure that I've got that right to the edges of the cardstock. I probably didn't cut the foil quite big enough, actually. My shim plate, my spacer plate, and now that's ready to go through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. All right, so we've got to unplug and take it off the silicone base, and I'll just start it, and then, oops, I just slid that. There we go. I'll turn it around so you can see as I'm doing it. So very slowly through. Just take it nice and slowly. We want as much contact as possible with those rollers. There we go. And we get that pop at the end like we do when we're die cutting something large. All right. Again, that's not too hot to burn me. Bring in my silicone mat. There we go. Oh, I did it round the wrong way. Well, there you go. There is a little, a little educational. I knew I was going to do something wrong. There you go, because I'm trying to do too many things at once. That's the thing. I had my foil upside down, so that foil didn't transfer. So there you go. So I wonder if I could reuse that, but I won't use it on this one, I think, because I might muck it up. Hang on a minute. Let's make another piece. Let's heat this. I'll take that back off. We'll start again. See, still got my training wheels on. Did the first one so well, first time. And now I just mucked it up. That's okay. Were you all yelling at me? Oh, yes. I think I did do that last time too, Jackie, using my reverse tweezers. And I forgot this time. All right, let's do that again. Now, I don't know if that paper's going to work now either, because now it's got an impression. It's actually embossed that cardstock a little bit too. So if you want a subtle embossing in the background, it has given a subtle embossing in the background. But let's cut another piece, and we'll do that first before we do the gold. All right, 10 point. Do you know what? I'm going to make this one bigger, and then we're going to trim it down. I'm going to do this to a full card front size, and then we'll trim it down afterwards. And then we'll do the same with the foil. Foil. Yes, that's over here. Here we go. So it's heating up again. We'll cut the foil a bit longer this time. Oops. Move that out the way. Here we go. All right. There we go. We'll leave the full size this time, and I'll show you how you can just cut it all down afterwards. All right. So that's, yep, that'll be good. Okay. All right, machine is heated up. Now, because it was already warm before, I didn't need to reheat it as long as the first time because it's still a little bit warm. Okay, now this time I'm going to check my instructions. If I can find where I put them. Wait, they're here somewhere. I don't know where I put them now. There they are. And check my instructions again because now I've rattled myself. All right, so, okay, so we're at that point. Okay, we've got to put the die on. Put the die on. Is that still hot? Oh, no, that's okay. That's cooled down. Okay, so it's heated up. So put the die on, press the timer button again, and then I'll have these all ready to go on. And then this time we have to make sure that we put shiny side down. Shiny side down. So that way. It goes down that way. I think I had it up the other way, didn't I, before? Silly me. I've done this like several times already and I've never put the foil down the wrong way. So I don't know what just happened. I think I'm trying to do too many things. So let's just wait and see. I'll show you a few of the other pieces while that's heating up. I'll show you a few of the other pieces that I've made. I've been playing with all of these different things. So that was the other one. We already have seen that one. I've done the butterflies. These are the butterflies that I did on, I think this was on two-tone. Yeah. So they are gorgeous. Love them. And then once I did, so that's just the plain butterflies on, I don't remember what colour I used, petal pink maybe? But I did do a set on the white as well. And then I used the decorative masks to colour them, sorry. And they came out like this. And then I die cut them with the coordinating dies. And they came out like this. And there's one more, but it's floating around in the packet somewhere because there's 5 of them. Aren't they beautiful? We'll see if we've got time to make some butterflies too. We won't probably make a card with them, but we'll play with them. All right, here we go. Okay, so this time, let's do this. So foil goes down first, shiny side down. Shiny side down. Then we do our cardstock with the dark side down. Okay, try not to move that this time. Then we want our shim. Then we want our clear plate, which is called the Hot Foil Spacer. All right, we'll move all of this and this and this and these. And bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Unplug it. Now you don't want the plates to move, so you've got to try and hold them in place. They're not too hot to handle at this point. All right, and here we go through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine very slowly. Slowly does it. And we'll hear that pop at the end when the plates go through the rollers. Let's move my chai so I don't spill that. Put it back on its platform, the silicone platform. And I bring this in. When I was doing it the other day, I had everything like all lined up across my table and it was so much easier. But of course, when I'm filming, I don't have that much space. Oh, that looks more promising. Look at that. That looks more promising, doesn't it? Okay, so let's move our big die across to cool down. I won't plug the machine back in just yet, so I don't want it to get too hot. All right, and here we go. Let's have a look. Yay! It worked this time. Yay! Okay. Ah, shiny side down, shiny side down, shiny side down. Remind me, shiny side down. Okay, so that is Actually, I'm glad I didn't tie the ribbon on because now we can compare them properly. So that's the two-tone. That is the normal cardstock, the normal milled cardstock or your normal A4 cardstock. And I don't even know if you will be able to tell the difference. There is really hardly anything. Unless you're really, really looking hard, like you can't really even tell. Can you tell the difference? Probably not on camera. But yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to use the first one because we've already got that cut down. Now, this one you can then trim to the size that you want it. It's a little bit bigger than this piece because I didn't trim it down. So, but even though it's got the foiling, you can trim that down. And then your extra little foiling pieces that you cut off, save them because you can use them to decorate the inside of the card. All right. So let's make this card. And then I'll just pop that over there to the side. Oh, that's a good idea, Jackie. I should do that. Stick a little note on the handle to say shiny side down. Do you know what? I'll stick it on a sticky note for the moment until I need to make a proper label. Shiny side down. I'm sure once I have done it a few more times and have the hang of it, I'll be all good. But until then, yes, that's a really great tip. Love that. All right. Okay. Oh, you know what? We've got to do some other foiling, though, for our card. So I will plug that machine back in. I'll plug that back in because we've got to do some other foiling bits. I'll put this one away. I'll put that straight into my extra pieces case and pop that in there. There's another piece I had before too. Oh, this little offcut bit. I'll stick that in there as well. There we go. Oh, I saw someone the other day too do this die with the different coloured strips of the different coloured foil, and that looked really cool too. So yeah, you can use all your little extra bits, and of course you don't need to use this whole piece all at once. Like you can cut that up and use it. You could use it as a small frame. You could use them as strips that way, strips that way. Like you can use it however you want to use it. Before we get on to the rest of the card, I will do the other foiling pieces that we need. Let me grab those out. So we want the sentiments and we want those ones. And if that's cool enough, that is cool enough, I'll put it back onto the sheet that it came in. I just won't put it in the plastic packet yet, but it's just a little warm. It's not hot. Okay, so we'll do the, let's do another happy birthday. I don't have many birthday cards in my stash at the moment, and I feel like I need some more. So we'll do happy birthday. And we will need the happy birthday die in a minute too. So that is, which one? This one, I think. This one. All right, now the happy birthday is going to be done in the Lost Lagoon. I didn't actually grab two-tone for that. Maybe I should grab two-tone for that as well. And then we'll die cut it. Well, let's see. We'll see how we go. Let's do it with the normal one first and then we'll see. So this is what I was using the tweezers for the other day. Once putting this on here, And I'll just line that up. Jackie asks, is the metal for the die plates made out of special material, or could you use normal dies? No, you can't use normal dies. It is a different finish on the dies, and it is a different metal as well. I talked about that at the beginning as well. But for anyone else who's come on a little bit later, oh, sorry, I forgot to put push the timer button. So the finish on the foiling dies is flatter, and whereas the normal die cutting dies, like this one, for instance, I mean, this is an outline one, but just say this had words on it. It has it has a cutting edge. So if you used a cutting edge with this, you might damage your normal dies. So don't use your normal dies with the foiling machine because you might damage them. It's also a different material that it's made of. It's not as shiny as our normal dies. It has a different feel to it. It's more of a matte finish, whereas these dies are a little bit shinier or slipperier. Is slippery the word? I don't know. It has a different finish. Yeah, it's a different material. But yeah. So yes, it's not recommended that you use your cutting dies. Hopefully, did that answer the question? Hopefully it did. Oh, we've got to cut our foil. Okay, let's cut a piece of foil. I forget what size I cut this one at. I feel like I'm running out of room. Oh, it's already ready. So we've got 6.5 by 9. 6.5 by 9. So we can make the foil a little bit bigger if we want to. I'll just quickly cut that at, let's go 7. By 9.5. We'll give ourselves a little bit of room to move with that. Okay. Put my foil back. Actually, I'll just leave it there because I've got to use it again in a minute. Okay, here we go. So, shiny side down, shiny side down, shiny side down. Going over the top of our die. It's all heated up now. You can see you've got the green light. So it's all systems go. This is normal milled cardstock. So it's not the two-tone. So we'll see how we go with that. Then we put our hot foil shim over the top. And I'm just putting that just over the silicone part of the heating pad so it doesn't cover up the buttons, okay? Because we don't want to push on those buttons as it goes through the machine. Then we want our hot foil spacer. And then we unplug. Move everything out the way. Bring in our machine. To put it up this way a little bit. And then, oops, I better take my sticky note off there. Just holding those plates in place. And we're just going to take that through the machine. Now, it's not as hard to roll it through this time because we've only got one smaller die on there. There we go. And I did go through a little bit quicker this time, so we'll see what we get. Okay, plates off. We did get a little bit of overfoiling, I can already see, because our foil was a lot larger than the image, but that's okay because we're going to die cut that anyway. And then can pick up our die, eject. Whee! I love that, that's fun. With our little eject button. All right, and then we'll peel this off. Now again, remember I've used normal cardstock, not the milled. So I've got quite a lot of overfoiling this time, but I'm not going to panic about that because we are going to die cut this and I'm going to see how that looks. I can see that I do have quite a bit of texture in this sentiment because this is on the normal milled cardstock, but that's okay. And another tip too is if you find you get a lot of overfoiling, as I said, we're die cutting around this, so most of that is probably going to be cut away and you're not going to see it. So that's most of that extra foiling is going to be cut away, so it doesn't matter. But if you ever find that you do have a bit of overfoiling, hang on a minute, I'll show you what you can do. You can grab yourself a sand eraser and you can just erase away. I find so mine has got a coarser and a finer sand in it. I find the finer one is actually better, and you can rub away any excess foiling. Not that it matters with this one, as I said, because we're going to die cut it, but I just wanted to show you as an example. So see, I've rubbed away the excess there around the H. Well, I haven't quite got all of it, but you kind of get the idea. Yeah. So you can always use a sand eraser if you find you get a little bit of overfoiling. And the overfoiling can do, well, as I said, I'm still learning, but from what I have been learning as I've been going, the overfoiling can be to do with the pressure of your machine. Now, the rollers on my machine are very tight. I know that because some of the what do they called it? Hang on, let me think of it. Let me think. Oh, it's gone out of my head. What are the dies that cut with the embossing folders? Oh, goodness, it's gone out of my head. I'll think of it. Anyway, some of them don't work in my machine because my rollers, the tension on my rollers is really tight. And so, as I've been playing with the foiling system, I've realised that because my hybrid embossing folders, thank you, Amber, some of the hybrid embossing folders don't go through my machine because the tension on my machine is very tight. I don't know why. I believe that tension can be different on different machines. But some of them just they will not go through my machine, even with using the correct sandwich. And so I think that's why my machine is also doing a little bit of overfoiling with some of the dies. Not with all of them, but just with certain ones. But that's okay because we've got the sand eraser and we've got die cutting as well. So now that I've die cut that out, look, it looks perfect. Oh, it's a little bit just around the edge here. You know what? I have to rub that out with my sand eraser. It actually just gives a nice gold edge on that piece, so I'm not even that worried about it. But just to prove a point, I'll rub it out and show you. There. So now you don't see any of that overfoiling now, and it's beautiful. Oh, I mean, there's a tiny bit there, but you wouldn't have seen it if I hadn't have pointed it out to you. Let me rub that out too. Just rub that off there. There we go. Beautiful. So I'm happy with that. So as I said, all of that extra overfoiling that I had on that piece doesn't matter because we die cut it out anyway. See, look. So you can see it all there. But we're not even using any of those pieces, so it doesn't matter. So there you go. All right, next. So we've got that one. Now, one thing I did discover, and I'm going to show you. Hang on a sec. Because I have that tight tension, I'm just going to plug this back in because we're going to do another one. Another different die. Oh, good question. Where can I find the sand eraser? Yes, we found it at a local art store. But I think they also have them at Spotlight as well. I think I've seen them there. But yeah, if you know the art store at Kingswood, Leslie, because I know you're local, they had it. There's also an art store actually, is the art store still in the plaza at Westfield? I'm not sure. They probably have them too. Is that still there or did that close down? Now I can't remember. I don't go up that end very often. So, but yeah, if that's still there, they would have them too. Okay. I was trying to find my packet where I got this one from. Here we go. So I'll pop these dies back in so that we don't, you know what, I'm just going to stick them in just to make it quicker. That one's cooled down now, so I can pop that one in there too. And then we are going to do one of these ones. Now these ones, I'm actually going to show you a different way that I'm doing these ones because of the tension on my rollers. So this is a hack that I've just worked out myself. Oh, not worked out myself. Somebody else did make the suggestion. But it's something that's has worked so far for me. So I'm just going to use this plain frame and then I'll use the coordinating die to die cut that out once we've foiled it. But the foiling is all, the foiling part is the same. So we need some more gold foil and we need our cardstock piece. Here's our cardstock. And so again, this is just normal cardstock. It's not the milled cardstock. I haven't tried it with the milled with this particular die. So I don't know if the result might be different. It might be. What am I doing? Gold foil. Here it is. So I'll cut that. Let's move that one up there. Oops. All right. Eckersley's, yes. Oh, good. Okay, great. Yes, you should be able to find them there, Leslie. They're fairly readily available. So that's 6.5. So this time I'm going to go 6.5. I'm going to go the same size as my piece. And then, what was that? 8.5. 8.5. There we go. All right. There's our foil for that piece. Okay. Now, plates. Get that all ready. All right, put our die on and heat that up, and I want that fairly straight. So I'm using the grid on there to make sure that I've got that lined up straight. So I'm using one of the grid lines along there for the straight edge there on my die. And I've got the timer on there now to heat the die up. And then for this one, instead of this green shim, because this is thicker than what, in the combination with this one, than what my machine likes, this time I'm actually going to use 2 sheets of ordinary basic white cardstock in place of that one. And this is just my my hack. It's using Stampin' Up products, so it's using Stampin' Up cardstock instead of the green shim, just to alleviate a little bit of the pressure as it goes through my die cutting machine, just because mine has really tight rollers. And it seemed to work last time. So famous last words. Let's see if it works again this time. So it might make a liar of me today. We'll see how we go. Okay, so we had the beep and that's now ready. So line that up over our die and then our cardstock over the top, and we are die cutting this one out as well. Okay, and then I'm using 2 pieces of regular basic white. Just line them up over the top. Our clear spacer over the top of that. Unplug, take that off, bring over my machine, and let's see what we get this time. All right, carefully pick that up through the machine, and I found too with this one I went a little bit quicker. It sounds a little bit bumpier because of the we don't have that extra shim there. So let's see if it worked. Worked last time, so let's just see. Now I'm going to use my tweezers to lift that up so I don't burn myself. Oh yes, that worked. Okay, hang on, let's just move that over and I'll use my picker-upper. Okay, so I can already see that I didn't get any overfoiling on the edges. And we have a perfect little frame. There you go. So some of the dies you might need to play around with. See, as I said, it will depend on the tension on your rollers on your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And just for mine, I already knew mine were tight. So I knew that I needed to play around just with different shims. Okay, there you go. Leslie says, I've heard that you can use your sand eraser on your plate also to remove any overflow. I have heard that too. The only thing is I haven't done that on mine, only because the sand eraser is a little bit abrasive and I didn't want to damage my plate. I tried an ordinary white eraser on here and I wasn't getting any luck with that. I've actually got a little bit of a smudge sort of on the plate here where I was trying to use the white eraser. That didn't work for me. I was a bit concerned about the sand eraser just because, yeah, I didn't want to scratch my plate up. So I didn't do that. But none of the excess foiling on this plate has come off onto my other projects. And that's what Stampin' Up have been saying too, like it doesn't affect your other projects. So I've not really worried about it. So yeah, all right. So now we're going to die cut this frame. So that's cooled down now. That's the embossed. That's the heat. That's the foiling die. Now I'm going to use the coordinating die cutting die that came in the same set to die cut that one. And so when you die cut, it's just your normal sandwich that you would normally use when you're die cutting. Okay, so just pop that on and we'll die cut that. I'll line that up and I'm just going to use a little bit of Post-it tape to hold that in place because my plates are a little bit wonky on my machine. They've been well loved. I cut that one. The reason we actually had a sand eraser, here's a little side story for you. The reason we originally had a sand eraser, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Perfect. Is because when we were doing the place cards for my son and his new wife when they were married, we're doing the place cards for their wedding. Our printer was playing up and our printer was over printing and we had to erase some extra little splatters that our silly printer was doing at the time. Yeah, and that's why we already had one on hand, which worked out very well when we found out that it was a tool that you can use with the hot foil system, because we're like, oh, great, we've got one of those. We don't need to go out and buy one. So I'm glad that we were able to use it again, and it could come in handy. Now you've got all these little decorative pieces as well that you can put in your frames and things like that. So you can play around with different ones of those, add in some little filigrees. You've got these little pretty detail pieces that you can add in them, and these ones you can add in the arches, and they will sit differently obviously in the different sized ones. But yeah, so all those different pieces to play with in that one. But again, yeah, if you're finding you're getting over foiling, try some different cardstock shims instead of the green shim. It worked for me. So yeah. All right, now I think we've got all of our bits done. That one's the one to put our card together. My poor chair's getting creaky. Can you hear it pinging? So keep wobbling on it. It doesn't like me wobbling. All right, so let's put this card together. So we'll wrap that ribbon around. And tie that. And I will use my reverse grip tweezers this time to hold it. I usually do, just sometimes I forget. And then we'll tie that just in a knot bow. Oh, now I'm rushing and I just caught that and it came undone. Let's try again. Been having too much fun foiling. I wanted to show you the butterflies with the decorative masks. There we go. All right, we'll trim that. There we go. Trim that pretty ribbon. Love that ribbon. So beautiful. Okie dokes. And then for this one, we're going to put the sentiment across this way. So I'm going to just work out where I want to have all of this. I like to position everything on my project first before I stick anything down, just so that I'm certain with where I want things. So it's 7.7. No, not 7.7. What am I talking about? 6.7. Can't read. 6. Yep, that's about in the middle. Scoot that down just a tad. 6. Oh, hang on. 6.7. 6. I'm being pedantic today and using my ruler to make sure I've got my ribbon in the middle. There we go. Yep, good. All right. Then when I get it where I like to add a little glue dot. Can never have too much fun foiling, Jackie. Yes, I know, right? It takes the card to a whole new level. Yeah, looks so beautiful. That ribbon goes so well too. It's stunning. Thanks. Thank you. I know you are a foiler from way back, and I'm glad to be able to join the ranks because I've seen some of your beautiful cards. I've received some of your beautiful foiled cards and always wondered how you did it. And now I'm happy to be able to foil as well. So it's very exciting. Such a fun technique. It's like, do you remember when you first discovered, well, those of you who have done heat embossing, do you remember when you first discovered heat embossing and the wow factor when you first discovered heat embossing? It's like that all over again. It's awesome. It's very, very exciting. Oh, I haven't got that in the right spot. I need to move my knot over a little bit. Yeah, when the first time I did my first one, I was like, oh my goodness. It's heat embossing all over again, but you have a different finish to heat embossing. It's very different. It's flatter. It's not raised like heat embossing. And there's obviously you can heat with the special, you can foil, sorry, with the special dies rather than just with stamps. And yeah, it's so beautiful. If you haven't tried it, you have to try it. It's so cool. Now I've mucked up my ribbon. I had it in exactly the spot I wanted, and now I've shifted it, and it's, there we go, we're getting there. There we go. All right. Wait, is that right? That doesn't look right. My goodness. No, that's not right. I was thinking, wait, that's not right. That's a bit better. Okay. I can smell my chai. It's calling me. All right. That should be better. All right, now let's see. We're going to make sure that I can fit everything on here with my bow in that position. Yes. Okay, good. Now we can put a glue dot under that bow. Make that stay there. Ooh. There we go, got it. Let's pop a little glue dot under the notch of that bow to just hold that where I want it to stay. Okie dokes, let's adhere this down. I'll use my, you're so sweet, Jackie. Your cards are beautiful. They're absolutely stunning. You're very talented. There we go. I'll just make sure I got plenty of adhesive on the back of that ribbon too, because I don't want that part of the card to sort of sit up off the front. There we go. All right. So we're popping that down. I'm using basic beige cardstock for the base in case you missed that before. There we go. And the good thing with the foiling is once that's set on your card, like it doesn't come off. Like I'm rubbing that quite hard on the edges there to get that adhesive to stick. And none of that gold is coming off. Like it is basically heated into the cardstock. It's beautiful. All right, so we need some dimensionals on the back of this one. And I'm using up some of my edge pieces today. There we go. Has anyone else been crafting along with me today? Or have you just been watching and enjoying the magic? Oh, the other thing I was going to tell you too is if you purchase the hot foil system, so the machine, through Stampin' Up at the moment, between now and January, I think it is until the end of this year. Yeah, so the end of this year. When you purchase the hot foil system machine, the machine part of it, you also get for free the a free class from Stampin' Up, one of their craft classes. It's called, what's it called? Who can tell me what it's called? Metallic Magic, I think it's called, the craft class. Yeah, so you get that for free, and that's a technique-based class. So they're going to give us lots of tips and tricks, anyone who purchases the machine. So any demonstrators, so I'm doing the class because I've purchased the machine. Any customers that purchase the machine between now and the end of 2026, yeah, we get that for free, that class. And they'll give us some tips and tricks about using the machine. Yeah, and do some cool projects as well. So I'm looking forward to that. And obviously you'll get the recording for that. Like you'll get a link for the recording to that. So that will be cool. So if you're new to foiling, as I am, then that might also give you some ideas and some tips about using the machine. So that's pretty cool, hey? It's a nice addition for purchasing the machine. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to put a double mini dimensional under the bottom of that H, because I think that's going to be, I just want to support that there. So 1 and 2, I'm just adding 2 layers because that part is going to be hanging off the tag, which is already up on 1 layer. And I just want to make sure that that's well supported so that we don't have any saggy bits, because, you know, we don't like saggy bits, do we? So I'll do the same on the Y on the other end. Just 2 layers. Whoop, there we go. All right, and all the rest has got single layers. And the reason I've got double layers there on the 2 ends is because we've already got a single layer on our label, and now we're adding another layer on top of that. So anything that's hanging off the edges needs to have 2 layers of dimensionals so that it all is sitting flat. Otherwise, we'd have wonky badonkus bits, and we don't want wonky badonkus bits. There we go. All right, so we'll pop that in there, line that up, move that over a tad so that it's not going off the edge of the card. We don't want that going off the edge of the card. There we go. Beautiful. And then to finish off, wait a sec. Oh, they got buried because I've been dumping stuff. I've got these flower accents that are still current, and these look fantastic on the label, and they're that beautiful bright yellow gold like the foiling, and they just go so well with all of that beautiful gold. And you have got such a blingy, look at that card. That is just so special. If I get my ribbon to sit right, it's being a little bit, it's got a mind of its own today. It just elevates your project to that next level, as Jackie said. And look at that. And so there's the 2 different colours. Which one do you like best? Do you like the greens or do you like the purples? Aren't they just beautiful? So much fun with this foiling machine. So it's called the Stampin Hot Foil System if you're looking for it in the online store, or just type in the search bar hot foil and it'll come up. Oh, you love my gorgeous cards too. Thank you, Jackie. Oh, are they? All my beautiful cards that I've sent to you are displayed in your craft room. Oh, thank you. That's so special. It's so nice when people appreciate your beautiful work that you do. It just makes it that more worthwhile. So aren't they just so stunning? So pretty. Would you like to, oh, thanks, Dimity, you like both. You can't choose which one you like best. Yeah, I know it's hard, isn't it? Because they're both so beautiful with all of that foiling. Do you want to show me, okay, let me start that again. Would you like me to quickly show you how to colour the butterflies? I won't do the foiling part because you've seen how to do foiling and die cutting. But would you like me to show you how to do the colouring of those butterflies? I can quickly show you. So these are the butterflies that I'm talking about. Hang on a sec. Oh, so these ones I did the foiling in the light pink foil that Stampin' Up has. As I mentioned, at the moment, Stampin' Up's just got the 3 colours in foil. There are more coming. The 3 that are currently available are acid-free, but not all of them necessarily will be that come in the future. So you really need to double check if you're wanting to use them on scrapbooking. Check the description in the online store to make sure that the ones you're using, if you want to use them for scrapbooking, are acid-free, okay? Because not all of them necessarily will be, but these ones are. these first ones that we're using. So I'll show you quickly how to do that. I'll just show you also quickly. I've got, they might look a little bit different this time because I've got gold foiled butterflies on, I think it was petal pink that I used. But I'll use the same colors to color them. We'll get a different finish, but let me just show you some of the other things that I have been playing with. Just move them over there before we go to that. So I've done lots of sentiments in the different colors. They're all getting stuck in there now. That you already saw. That you saw me do today. But I played with some of the sentiments and I didn't quite get them lined up properly. This one had a little bit of overfoiling, but I just used the sand eraser and got rid of a little bit of that. It was only a little bit, but that looked really pretty. I just didn't quite line that up exactly where I wanted it, but that's okay. Did another happy birthday, did some other sentiments. That was my colouring. And I did all of these ones as well. Look at this one on the purple. Love that. That one. Did some of these. I did that one. Haven't die cut that one yet, but that's a really cool frame. A sentiment frame. Oh, there's the other butterfly. I knew there was a fifth one. It was hiding. And then in the dies that come with the butterflies, because you've got the dies as well. Excuse my very dry hands at the moment. My dermatitis isn't great. Winter, always the winter. You've got these other little butterflies that you can use as well. So these little butterfly die cuts, which are really cute. So that's some of the bits and pieces I've been playing with. So yeah, so much fun, this foiling machine. I tell you what, once you start playing with it, you will not want to put it away. It is so hard to stop because it's so much fun. It's just super fun. You just want to keep making more and more. So these two that I've just made today, I'll pop them back in here as well. Oh, sorry, this one I had already made before. And I had that extra little frame. We'll use that on another one. All right, I'll show you how to do your colouring with these. Hang on. Yeah, if I can find where I've put everything. I've dumped everything on top of each other over there. So as I said earlier, this is the Butterfly Flight hot foil dies. So you've got the foiling dies, which I've just shown you, these ones. And then you've got the die cuts that cut out the butterflies, and you've got the additional dies as well. You've got some foliage, and you've got the butterflies, and you've got the butterfly antennae and the bodies. But there's also the Butterfly Flight decorative masks that coordinate. And that's what I want to show you today. So I'll just grab some grid paper. I'll just grab that one. That's a used one, but that's okay. Let's keep using it. I'll just turn it over. All right. So now with these dies, they're notched at the top. So if you have, and they're numbered as well. So you know that that's the front, okay? Because otherwise it would be hard to know which is the front, which is the back. And you need to have them all the same direction. Otherwise, they're not going to line up as you colour them, and the colours will go off and they'll look weird. So you've got the notch there to line them up. You've got the numbers there. But this is basically how you do it. So you've got your foiled butterflies already done. You're going to lay them over the top, and you're just going to, look, you can, if you're going to die cut these, you might want to tape this down onto your grid paper, which I'm just going to do just to keep that still. If you want to, you can put a little tiny dab of adhesive on the back just to hold it still in on your paper. Totally up to you. These are ones that I will probably die cut. You can leave them as a full card front like that too, like they would be beautiful. And then I'm going with the number 1, and I'm going to line that up with my butterflies. and you'll see how they line up because you'll see the detail and you'll see that it's even. And when you get that lined up, then I recommend securing that down, or like tacking it down, not necessarily securing it, you know, you don't want it to stay there forever, but secure that down to your paper, and where the notch is, so long as you've got your piece, your base piece down underneath your cardstock piece, if you put a little, I'm just trying to find my pencil here, if you put a little thingy around the notch with your pencil, you'll see that that's where you need to line up your die each time. You can even do a line down each side if you want to. And you'll see that's where you're going to line up your, sorry, your mask. I think I said die. Okay? All right. So I'm using 3 colours. I've got Fresh Freesia, Strawberry Slush and Berry Burst. And I'm going to use my blending brushes, which I forgot to get out. So let's grab those. I might use, I've got small ones in those colours. I've got Fresh Freesia because I've got the different colours for the different brushes for the different colours. That one. And what was the other one? Berry Burst. Sorry, I think I just bumped the camera. Okay. Or is it that one? Ooh, I think it's that one for the berry. Fresh Freesia, Berry Burst, and it doesn't matter if you use the small or the large brushes for this. It's just I've got certain coloured brushes for the different colours. So the first one I'm going to start with is Fresh Freesia. So I'm starting with the lighter colour first, and just going to load up my brush with my ink. Tap off on my cardstock, on my scrap paper, sorry, first, just so I don't get any heavy blobs of ink, and then just go over the butterfly. Now again, as I said, because I'm doing this onto Petal Pink and the foiling has been done in gold, we are going to get a different look to the original ones that I showed you, which were the pink foiling. And the other thing is too, when you're doing this, like anything, anytime you're using blending brushes really, start off light and then go darker if you need to add some more layers, because if you start out too heavy and then, oh, make sure that you're, oh, it moved. Oh no, it moved and I didn't realise. That tape's not doing a very good job holding that down. Hang on a minute. I'll go across the corner instead. I think it's not holding very well on the edges there. I might need 4. Maybe I should do 4. Let's come across there and there. Now these might have moved as I was doing that, so because I didn't notice that. We'll see what we end up with. Yeah, so as I was saying, always better to go back in and add extra layers of colour rather than go too heavy at the beginning and then be disappointed if it's not ended up how you wanted it. And these decorative masks, they're really easy cleanup. You can either just run them under the tap and the ink will just wash straight off them, or you can use baby wipes, or you can use a damp cloth. Yeah, whichever way you want to clean them. They're really easy. They're just plastic, so the ink just runs straight off them. All right, so that's first layer. All right, good. Oh, good, I'm good. I'm glad you're excited to see how the butterflies work. All right, so that first color is very light, so you probably won't see that too dark yet, like it's not going to show up too well just yet. All right, I'll do number 2, and we'll line this one up. Now let's see, did the bottom one move when everything else moved? Oh no, when I go to do this, because then it won't all line up. All right, So make sure we've got that all lined up nicely. Yep, okay. And I'll adhere that all down again. Now normally when I'm doing decorative masks, I normally use washi tape, to be honest, rather than the Post-it tape. I find the washi tape is stronger than the Post-it tape. The Post-it tape's not that sticky because it's, yeah, it's like a Post-it note, so it's not really that sticky. All right, next color we're using is Strawberry Slush, so we're going brighter now. And I am working sort of across my body today too. Normally I would have my ink on the other side, but I've got so much going on this desk at the moment that it's just, yeah, it is where it is at the moment. These butterflies, I absolutely love them. They're so beautiful. I can't wait to put these on a card. I was actually hoping to have a card made with them before today so that I could show you, but I just haven't had the time. We've had a lot of other things going on, so I just haven't had the time to do it. But hopefully I'll get one done this week for you so I can pop the photo up in my on my Facebook business page for you. Strawberry Slush is such a beautiful pink, isn't it? It's so bright and vibrant. There it goes. Who loves working with decorative masks? I think we can never have enough decorative masks and embossing folders. I feel like there's not many embossing folders that are current at the moment. We need some more embossing folders. Right, so we've done that one and that one. Hopefully nothing moved that time, but I was trying to hold it at the same time. Okay. Oh, it's getting there. It's getting there. All right, and then 3. So there are 4 decorative masks, but I only did 3 on my original card because I sort of thought 3, oh, because the 4th one, that's right, the 4th one is for the bodies. And because I've done the gold foiling, the bodies are actually already gold foiled. Sorry, I'm just lining this up while I'm talking. And so you don't have to use the decorative masks with the foiling. You can just use it with the dies and with the, yeah, just basically with the dies. And then if you want to give your butterflies a body, then you can foil the 4th decorative mask to give them a body, because this is the 4th one and this has got the bodies on it. So if you were just using the dies and you die cut the butterflies, then you can foil them, or you can foil them first, not foil them, sorry, colour them first and then die cut them. And then that's when you probably use the bodies. But at the moment, because I've gold foiled them, I didn't want to add any extra colour to the bodies. Now this one is very dark, so we don't want to go too heavy. So it's very easy, just circular motions, just like you would use your blending brushes any other time on any other project. Are there any other products that you would like to see Stampin' Up! Bring in that they don't have at the moment? Or that, would you like more of something? I would love more ribbons and more embossing folders. They're the 2 things that I would love more of. Okay, I think we are there. Let's have a look and see the results. Oh, stunning. Look at that. That's so pretty. So the Fresh Freesia I probably could have gone a little bit deeper with because it's on Petal Pink, and the original one I did was on white. But look at how different they are. And see, can you see the foiling there? You see the foiling? So different, but aren't they beautiful? So pretty. So the sky's the limit when you come to color these, because you can use any combination of colors. But see what I mean? Like the bodies are already gold foiled. I keep on saying gold embossed, but they're gold foiled. So if I was to add extra color to them, basically you're just going over the top of what's already there, but you've already got the gold foiling at the moment. So that's when, if you're doing the gold foiling with the butterflies, I probably wouldn't use the fourth one because it's not going to pick up any color anyway. The other thing too with this, if you are doing the ink over the top of the gold foiling, what you might like to do is grab a soft tissue or a piece of paper towel, but I like tissues because they're softer and you won't scratch the foiling or damage the foiling, and just rub over the top, and that'll remove any excess ink that is sitting on top of the foiling, because of course the ink won't dry if it's sitting on the foiling, but it will dry when it's obviously dry on the cardstock, but it won't dry on the foiling. So it's like the emboss resist technique a little bit. You know, with the emboss resist technique where we always rub over it with a tissue after we've added the ink, same thing. So just to remove that excess ink. So it's an extra little step, but it's much better than people, you know, getting ink on their fingers when they're handling the card. And just make sure you get all of that ink off all of the gold foiling. There we go. Beautiful. So there you go. All right, well, I'm going to tip the camera up face to face so we can finish up and I can chat with you. And I just realized my camera had dropped a little bit. I'm sorry about that. I hadn't noticed. Been too busy playing that I hadn't even noticed. All right, bear with me. Here we go. I'll just transition the camera. Oops, nearly spilt my water. Let's not do that. There we go. Adjust the lights, and there we go. Oh, I've worked up a sweat now. It's hot. Look how red my face is. So there you go. What do you think? Did you like all of that? Fun, isn't it? The gold foiling. Oh my goodness. Hot foiling, not just gold foiling. We only played with gold today, but of course we've got the silver and the light pink as well as the gold. But they are so much fun to play with. And the hot foiling machine, although you would be, you know, you need to be careful. You don't want to use it around little children or anything like that because you don't want any burnt fingers. It does get quite hot, and if you're using it continuously, it's probably going to get hotter. But as you saw me handling it to put through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, like, you're not going to burn yourself, you know, to do that. So don't be scared of, because if you have fears of handling hot things, don't be worried that you're going to burn yourself, because I've been handling it for days and yeah, it's fine. It's not that hot that it's going to burn you. You wouldn't want to leave your hand sitting on top of, the hottest part is actually the grey platform on the top, this part here. That's the hottest. You wouldn't want to, you've got to be careful with that part. The rest of it gets warm, but around the edges specifically, if you have a look, you see that it's more dense in the middle. That's where the heating component is in there. Around the edges, see, you've got these sort of like air almost areas, airy areas, so they don't get hot. So if you're holding it on the edges, holding it on the handle, holding it on the end there, like to put it through your machine and to, you know, hold everything in position as you're putting it through your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you're not going to burn yourself. I just wouldn't be touching that when it's heating up like the grey plate. I'd be careful. Oh, it's still warm, but it's not, yeah, it's still warm, but it's not hot now. But yeah, so just be careful with that. Use your picker-upper to pick up your dies. Your dies do get hot, okay? So be careful with handling your dies. And of course, if you've got some of the Stampin' Up! Tweezers or some other reverse grip tweezers, they come in very handy too, especially for managing your foil, because sometimes that foil is a little bit curly. So yeah, this helps to maneuver your foil and also maneuver your cardstock too. If you're using the grid like I was today to line up your cardstock to get, if you want to make sure your sentiments are straight, for instance, or something like that, yeah, use your tweezers or something to move that, yeah, around on the hot surface. So, but yeah, so there you go. So that's just a little taste of the Stampin' Hot Foil System. Of course, there's so much more you can do. I've just given you a little intro today. I've probably forgotten to tell you like 100 things, but you've kind of got the gist, and hopefully you'll fall in love with it too, like I have. Oh, thanks, Jackie. Thank you for the vote of confidence. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. What are some of the other comments? I'll just scroll back through because I feel like I've been chatting so much and crafting so much that I've missed a lot. Let's see. Can never have too much fun foiling, Jackie says. Yes. Yep. Jackie said, wow, 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 gorgeous with the was that the butterflies? Yep, love the purple. Oh, I love the purple card. Yep, but both are stunning. So that's your favorite one. Yeah, I love that. When I first I saw somebody else do it on that color actually, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to do that color. But yeah, I love that one too. I love them both as well, but I love that one the most. Rosemary says they're absolutely gorgeous. Yes, you wanted to see the butterflies. We did that. Oh, you've never used decorative masks, Jackie. Oh, they're so much fun. It's another one of those things, once you start playing with them, you don't want to put them down. They are really fun. Yeah, I can highly recommend them. Rosemary Cattell has also never used decorative masks before. Oh, there you go. Well, there's different types of decorative masks. The ones that Stampin' Up! Have been putting out more recently have been layering ones like these, where they have the different layers and you layer them over the top to get different effects, and obviously with the butterflies, colouring the different areas of the butterflies. But they've had quite a few different decorative masks, like background ones and layered background ones. So you can have just like a single layer, or you can have 2 or 3 different layers on top to give different background effects. And they've had all different sorts of ones. I'm not sure how many they've got in currently. I have to have a look, but yeah. It would be awesome if Stampin' Up! Brought out the cut and emboss folders in one. Oh, do you mean like the hybrid embossing folders, Jackie? They emboss and they die cut at the same time? Is that what you're talking about? Stampin' Up! Do have some of those, if that's what you're asking about. Yep. Some of those are the ones I was talking about earlier that don't go through my machine because my roller tension is very tight. And some of those I can't get through. Some of them I can if they're more sort of open dies, but if they're very solid dies, like a solid plate inside of an embossing folder, it won't go through my machine, but goes through everybody else's, just not mine. Mine's just got very tight tension on it for some reason. I've not tampered with it or anything. It came like that. I've had it for years. I don't know what it is. But yes, for them to bring out some, they're always bringing out some of those. There's usually a few. If you search for, let me have a look. If you search for hybrid embossing folders, I think is what will come up in the online store. Let me just see. hybrid embossing folder. Let's see how many have come up. View all. Okay, so we've got, yes, we've got some other hybrid embossing folders at the moment. So we've got the lights in my eyes. I'm trying to see. Oh, I think there's only a couple at the moment, actually. There's the Paradise Garden hybrid embossing folder. There's the Story Keeping hybrid embossing folder. The other ones I'm looking at are just embossing folders. Do we have any other ones that I'm missing there? They might be the only two we've got at the moment. Yes, we need some more then, don't we? We need some more. And we need some more embossing folders too, because I feel like, oh, there are a few embossing folders actually. But I think I've only got 3 of them that are current. Well, there you go. Just so you know too, if anyone is in the market currently for a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, they're currently on low inventory. So obviously people have been buying them for using with the hot foil machine. So they're currently on low inventory. I just thought I'd let you know that. Let's see some other comments. Yeah, definitely have a look. Thanks, Leslie. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Never foiled before, but you're looking forward to trying it. Fantastic. Great to hear. Yeah, there you go. So they're always bringing out new hybrid embossing folders. I think usually with every new release that they have, or every other, well, every catalog, every printed release, like every catalog, they usually have a couple. But yeah, probably more would be good. Although not for me so much because they don't work in my machine. But that's okay. I can still use them individually because you can still use the individual pieces on their own. I just can't put them through mine together. But that's okay. Now, one thing I was going to let you know too, just with if you are interested in the hot foil system, I just wanted to remind you about the new joining experience, because as I was saying to you earlier, when you join at the moment, you pay, it's all changed. It's a simplified system now. But when you join, it's now $175 here in Australia. And Stampin' Up! Will send you a $240 coupon code. Now, this is valued at $280 just for the machine before you buy the dies and the foil. So just for the machine and all the components that come with it, the plates and the picker-upper. That all comes, $280 normally, but if you join, you'll pay $175, you'll get $240 worth of coupon code that you can apply to an order. So then you will just pay the balance, and the balance would be discounted. So you get your 20% discount, and then you get your 20% discount on all your dies and your foils and all the bits and pieces. So that's a way to go. Consider that if you're interested in purchasing the hot foil system. And also too, when you apply your coupon code, anything over and above that you're adding to that order, yes, you're not locked in to a certain amount now. You can put as much in that order as you want to, and you just apply the coupon code and you pay the balance. But you get your discount on the balance, and you get Stampin' Rewards if it's over the $35, which is the Stampin' Rewards minimum. And it also goes towards your, anything over and above the $240 coupon code also goes towards your quarterly minimums. So yay! So it's a great way to do it. So if that is something that you're interested in, because it is a big investment, it is it's like a machine. Well, it is a machine. So any of the machines, they are a bigger investment. So definitely consider the new joining option. And remember too, that there is also that surprise welcome box that Stampin' Up! Will send you as well as a freebie for joining. I'm just finding it. If it is your first time joining since the 1st of July. You'll also get this, and I'm not going to tell you at the moment what's in it because it's a surprise. So yes, and I don't have one yet. So yeah, so So yeah, just keep that in mind. If you've got any other questions about that, feel free to ask me. Of course, too, if you have banked up your Stampin' Rewards, it's also a great idea to apply it to an order to get one of these. So if you've been saving up your Stampin' Rewards, awesome. That's great. Definitely you could use it towards a new Stampin' Hot Foil machine. So there you go. Now, if you've got any other questions about hot foiling, as I said, I'm still new at it too, and I'm still learning as we go along as well. But from what I've learnt, I can share what I've learnt with you. If you've got any questions, feel free to send me any messages that you might have. Ask me any questions. I'll help you if I can. And if I don't know the answers, I will find out for you. So there you go. All right. I know. Can't wait to see what they bring out for Christmas, Leslie said. I know, right? I can't imagine. I'm just so excited about that. I think it's going to be awesome. So, all right. Well, I will let you all go. Have a great week. I might do some more foiling. I'm supposed to do lots of other things, but I don't know. I might do a little bit more playtime before I pack it all away. Hope you have a great week. Hope you all get some crafting in there through the week. And I look forward to seeing you all again next Monday at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Have a great week, everyone. Happy crafting. Thanks for joining me too. Bye.